Hey guys, welcome back to Generous Lifestyle with me, Lyle. I'm excited to have you with me today. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the envelope system, what it is, what it's not, and why it's important that you've got a system in place to take control of your personal finances. If you stick with me to the end of this video, I'll also show you what we do and how we use the envelope system. So let's hop on straight into today's video. So, first of all, you might be thinking, what is the envelope system? Or you might have used it for a period of time and then you stopped using it. So, if you don't know what it is, I'll show you real quick. So, first of all, let's say we've got a few envelopes over here. And I'll explain to you the traditional way of how it works and how we've adapted it for our own personal lives, okay? So, let's say this is you over here. You go and you either work a job or you've got your own business and you generate income. They then pay money into your bank. You would then go to the bank or to the ATM and you take out cash, and you in turn would then go ahead and put money into these different envelopes, and each envelope would have a name. So let's say this is your food one, this is your fuel one, and let's call this a fun one. I believe it's important to have a fun one. So whether you are single or married, to have some sort of income that you set aside on a monthly basis to be able to enjoy yourself, because God has called us to richly enjoy all things, right? I know that there are various ones of us watching this video today, and we are at different places in our walk towards financial freedom, but I still believe that it's important to set aside something, even if it's just $10 a month, to go out and have a cup of coffee, or to take your spouse out for a cup of coffee at the local coffee shop. Maybe $10 is not enough, but you get where I'm going with this. I think it's important to have goals in place to be financially free, but at the same time to enjoy the journey. Okay, so what would happen traditionally is you would, with each of these, you would have, let's say, for food for the month, let's say you had 500, fuel you had 100, and for fun, let's say you had 50. And every time you would either go and buy food, you would come and you take money out of here. So you'd have 500, and let's say we took 100 out, we were left with 400. So you'd pretty much go to the store, take money out, put it back in, track your expenditure, whether you're using a budget app or on a spreadsheet or writing it down, and the same for that and for that over there. But for me personally, there are some risks involved with the envelope system. So let me write this down. And the risks would be having to carry around lots of money, right? So, or the main risk would be carrying around lots of money. What happens if you lose an envelope? What happens if you misplace an envelope? What happens if somebody comes and takes the envelope out of your house? Let's say you put it on a place and somebody just saw it and they took it, and now all of a sudden your money is gone. How are you going to be able to buy food? How are you going to be able to pay for fuel? How are you going to be able to have fun? So what I've done over here is, or what we've done is, we've adapted this approach and we've modernized it slightly. And so what we do is we've got, let's change the color over here real quick. We still go in and work. We still have extra income coming in through different avenues. So side hustles, if you want to call it that. But we've got different checking accounts. So again, I go and work, or through my other income that comes in, and let's call this work. And instead of me going to the bank and then putting it into envelopes, because the money gets paid in over there, I've got checking accounts. And these could all be accounts with the same names as the ones up above over here, But the cool part is I am not actually going to withdraw the physical cash. All I do when I need to go and spend money on, let's say, that one is for food, fuel, fun. All I do is let's try and draw this real quick. That's supposed to be my phone over there. I log on to my app, and then I identify what amount is available in each account, and I go and I spend. And I just make sure that there's enough left over for the rest of the month. So instead of having physical cash, the cool part about it being in a bank account, I'm earning a little bit of interest on it. Might be a little, but it's better than nothing. But it's also safe because it's with a financial institution. So this is how we've adapted slightly. Another way you can do this is you could have, if you're going to use the checking account, you could have maybe one checking account. But you know that this one checking account is for all of these different expenditures, and you'll have some idea with regards to how much you can spend on each of these. And then as you go during the month, as you go and spend, you'll do the following. You will go and have a look each time you're going out to spend money, whether it's on food or whether it's on fun or whether it's on gas or fuel. You'll identify how much money you've got available, and you always make sure that you've got enough set aside for your necessities. I prefer to use this sort of system for I call it my variable spending. So things like food, things like eating out, things like going out and having fun with Brittany and the kids. And that way I know that my key expenditures are taken care of, but I always make sure that there's enough money to get to work and get to the grocery store and to be able to buy food. So you play around with it for a bit, but I feel that this is a better way to do it personally, because I know that I have a certain amount of money that I can only spend this month. What happens at the end of the month if I have, let's say in my checking account I set aside 1,000, but I've only spent 800. It's supposed to be 800. What happens? There's 200 more, right? So I've got two options. I can either go and use this 200, leave the 200 in that account and then spend it in the next month. Alternatively, what I could do is I could take this 200 out and then apply it towards one of my goals. So if a goal is to be debt free, I can put it towards a debt. If my goal is to go on a trip, I can put it into a savings account, and so on. But what I would personally do is, instead of taking money out each month for these items over here, I would maybe say twice a year. So maybe halfway through the year, I assess whether or not I've got any amounts left over in this account, and then I'd move it towards my goals. So I hope that this helped you guys. It's a practical little process that we follow. I know it's slightly different to the actually going and getting cash. I know that there's people say that if you have cash, you're more inclined to not spend money on things that you shouldn't. But I believe that we are adults over here. I believe that we should be able to have self-control. If we don't have self-control with regards to spending our money, once you've tried this system, if you're not able to do it, then maybe the cash system is for you. But you need to have some form of system in place. If this video helped you by any means, I want to ask you to please subscribe to this channel. If you feel that there's anybody else out there that could be benefiting from these videos, please share this video with them. And in the comments below, just tell me, what system are you using? Are you using the cash system? Are you using maybe a debit card system like the one that I just explained over here? And if not, then I challenge you to start using one of these systems today. So just remember, guys, as always, getting to your position of being financially free or walking in a position where you are debt free, or whatever your goals are, just don't be despondent. Commit to the process, and remember that God is able to turn your situation around. God is good and God is faithful, and I look forward to catching up with you soon.